strange, so I had to reboot the streaming box. And let's see if we are live, if I can find this puppy on my iPad. There it is. There she blows. So I had to reboot. Okay, good. We are live. We got 19 people in. Sorry to keep a bunch of folks waiting. Was not my intention. Sometimes these live streams, things are a little bit funky. Sort of like what's going on with the United States government right now, but we won't go down that rabbit hole. Okay, Eduardo says, hey guys, and Lance says, hello, Craig and all. He was in early, a minute early. Good evening, Craig, says Stig. The mighty rat is in the house with a wrench. I like that symbol. And Lance says hello. And Lance, if we have time later, I want to do an intervention. I want to evaluate your collection and do an intervention if we have time. We've got two possible guests to call in. Steve, the Stevester, and Carlos with a special surprise. And I see he's in from Panama. And Peter C. says, hello, Craig and all. I've been away for a bit. Grats on the purchase of that incredibly stunning timepiece, Peter C. Well, there it is, peeking out underneath that French cuff. You see it? So that's how I like to keep a dress watch sometimes. Just a little bit of exposure. Just a little bit of that 18 karat gold just kind of popping out at whoever's in the vicinity. Just a little bit of a pop out. And then if I have to shoot the cuff and give them a little bit of a shot, then I can do that too. You see what I'm saying? See how that all works? That's how that works with a dress watch, a dress piece. Let's see. So officially, a Steve customer now, Triforce Rich, bought the Superman SBGY002 from him. Very fair deal. Beat the other prices out there with great customer service. Bought for my dad, not for myself. I'm jealous. Oh my gosh, he's going to love that 007. When it comes, can you share it on the live stream? Is there any possible way that you can Skype in and maybe share even you presenting it to your dad? That would be so awesome if it's doable. So awesome if that was doable. Cheetown's in the house. He says, hey folks. And Carlos says hello from Panama. Again, 5:04 p.m. He did that. Lance says hello to Carlos. And Stig says congratulations to Try. Absolutely. Congratulations for being so nice with your father. My gosh, he's going to love that piece. That's a stunner. Hello from Long Island. And Carlos says hello. And Eduardo says hello. You know, that 007 could be a one-and-done watch for anybody. That is a stunner alert on the channel. Carlos is in the house. Michael's in the house. Triforce, how did you go about getting the bracelet for the SBGY007 fitted for your dad? That's a good question. Good question. Maybe he'll render an answer. I wonder if Craig forgot to wind the 002 stunner. Let's see here. It's still running. I'm not planning on winding it. I want to let it stop because I want to shoot a video of the startup when you wind it and the second hand goes fast until the regulator kicks in. So I'm going to let it run until it stops. Right now it's still running. So when it stops, hopefully I will film that. Probably be tomorrow or maybe late tonight. I don't know what time it's going to stop. Probably tomorrow. I want to shoot it in the daylight, so probably have to shoot it tomorrow. It should definitely be stopped by tomorrow because that'll be like well into the third day. So yeah. Let's see. Triforce Rich Michael, I will. And by the way, as far as forgetting to wind it, what my plan is every time I wear it, I'm just going to wind it. Because the neat thing about this is it winds until it hits the stop. And so you don't even have to look at the power reserve on the back. You can just wind it until it hits the stop and you know you're fully wound. And you're good for another 3 days. So that's my plan. Every time I wear it, I'm just going to make sure I've got like 3 days worth. And I should be good to go. And hopefully I'll wear it at least once every 3 days so that it will never stop. That's the plan, and I'm going to stick with it. However, I will let it stop this time so that I can do that filming. Let's see, Michael. I will have to size it myself, I suppose. I don't know his exact wrist size, probably around 7.25 inches, so no point in Steve sizing it for me. I'm not going to measure his wrist. Well, but he could size it for 7.25, and then, you know, if it's off, you can make the change. So at least you can take a shot at it. So that's what I would recommend doing if he hasn't already shipped it to you. Triforce Rich, thanks, Carlos. I thought it was right to give back to him after all these years. Yes. Cheetown, Craig, did you hear there's word about another Cash for Clunkers coming? 96 months in car payments for everyone. There you go. We will see. Tim, it's good morning from down under. Try, yes, I assume it has been a nightmare dealing with you. And somebody's laughing. Triforce Rich is laughing. Okay. Blue says, hello, everyone. Lance says, very nice cufflinks, Craig. Well, these are actually very affordable. They were given to me when I was in a wedding many, many years ago, and I'm sure they're just gold-plated, but they have my initials on them, and they work really well. That's what I like. They're very, very functional. So if I get some other cufflinks, they'll have to also be equally as functional. I'd like to get a pair that are like the Lion, like the Grand Seiko Lion, something like that. I think would be really cool. I talked to Steve about that. Let's see if he can figure something out for that. We got to get a little more aggressive with promoting the brand, right? A little bit. Let's see. Hello, Craig. The best watch is a nice-looking stainless steel watch. Hello. The best watch is a nice-looking stainless steel watch. Any suggestions? Oh, so you're asking about a nice-looking stainless steel watch. Well, the 007 that was mentioned earlier, or this stunner, this 005 stunner. Look at that stunner. I mean, my goodness, it's hard to beat that right there. The 005 stunner. Now, I'd have to know what price range you're looking in, but that watch is a lot of watch for the money, in my opinion, and of course that's why I bought it. Yeah, I will call in for you, Craig. Not sure if I can present it to him live, but I will borrow it back and call in on my phone. Okay, cool. And Carlos says, great. I want to see that watch starting. Okay, I'm going to do my best to film that. Problem is you only get one shot every like 4 days, because if you screw it up, well, actually I can just wind it a little bit, right? And then it'll start. And if I don't capture it properly, I can just not wind it anymore and it'll stop, you know, probably in a couple of hours, and then I can try again. So I'll be able to get multiple tries if I have to. So we will see what we can do. See if we can capture that. Macro shots are always tricky. Let's see. The winding comment was about the fact that you were 5 minutes late today in starting. Yeah, I wish I could blame it on the 002 stunner, but no, it was. I got an API error message on my Video Pro, and I had to reboot it. It does a good job encoding, but it can have its foibles here and there. Let's see. Question: would a time grapher work on a spring drive movement when there's no beat? That's a good question, but you really don't need it because they're so damn accurate. It's like you don't need to bother to check them. They're like unbelievable. What is the price and how to get it? My first time on this network. Maurice in the house. Well, Steve is Steve with Little Treasury, littletreasury.com, is a Grand Seiko AD. This is a Grand Seiko, the 005 stunner. And that 231 stunner that I bought, that dive watch that I bought from Steve, is a titanium dive watch stunner. He has the full line, the full product line of Grand Seikos. Now they're gonna be starting out at around 2,000 and going up from there. So they're not an inexpensive watch. But I would highly recommend that you talk to Steve. There's a link in the description of this video to his website, littletreasury.com, and there are a bunch of ways to get in touch there, including his phone number. You can certainly call him and talk to him on the phone. Just tell him that you're a subscriber to Craig's channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel here. And just tell him you're a subscriber, and he will help you. He is a good guy. And he also has more affordable watches than Grand Seiko. He carries quite a number of lines, watch lines, and he knows watches, and he won't sell you a piece of junk. I can tell you that right now. Did you like today's macro shot? Oh yeah, Carlos sent a macro shot of a mosquito sucking his blood. A lot of blood there. Tim, at Tim, I assume no. Okay, not sure. Okay, so yeah, the thing wouldn't work. Yeah, Tim. Timer wouldn't work since there's no pallet fork to make that ticking sound. And Stig is in the house, and he says, Maurice, get a Seiko or a Grand Seiko. Well, I mean, there's some nice Citizens that Steve has also if he wants something affordable. So there are a bunch of options, for sure, bunch of options. So, speaking of Steve, where is he? He's supposed to be calling in. Carlos, why don't you call in and do your surprise call in, and then we'll patch Steve in if he comes along. Why don't we do that? Why don't we get Carlos's thing done first? While we're waiting for that, we'll give a close-up of the 002 Stunner. Look at that. What do you guys think about that? The 002 Stunner on wrist. I'll tell you what, this thing is just super comfortable. I couldn't be more tickled pink with this watch. I wouldn't change a thing. And I'm a nitpicker. You guys know that. I'm a nitpicker. And I wouldn't change a thing. Let's see. Mosquito dead after sucking my blood with a lot of blood after slapping it. Yeah. God knows Grand Seiko's not cheap. If I add up all the watches I bought from Little Treasury, I could have bought a new Rolex sub after waiting in line for 10 years. Leon in the house. But here's the thing. You with the Grand Seikos, you've got better watches. So there's that. There's that benefit. They really are a better watch. Okay, so, oh my goodness. Wait a second here. I'm going to have to cut to Carlos. The Carlos is out of control. Carlos is out of control. Let me get my headset here. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, Craig.
Okay, I can hear you.
I wanted to congratulate you personally about your new purchase.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
I
am a bit worried because I heard on the beginning of the show that you have problems with the government.
Yeah.
Tell me and I will do something about it.
There you go. Yeah? The Donald Trump on the channel.
Yeah,
Donald
on
Trump.
The channel.
All right.
I like that yellow gold watch. It's my style.
That yellow gold watch, huh? Yeah, you could. I could be on The Apprentice with that.
Yeah.
Be on The Apprentice.
I would prefer also gold bracelet, but it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I got to get the faux pay bracelet to go with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's the next item I have my eye on is one of those faux pay bracelets. Yeah. I was never a bracelet guy, but that one looks really good on Steve. But maybe Steve can carry off the faux pay bracelet. Maybe I couldn't. I don't know if I could or not. I know the Trumpster.
YouTube great again. YouTube great again.
The Trumpster could definitely rock a faux pay bracelet. All right, so just cut the you're probably overheating in that thing. Just cut the taxes for us, and everything will be fine. All right, now, so is that the surprise, or do you have something else to show us?
No, I have something.
There's something in a box.
Yeah, I have a box.
There's something in a box. And let's say, I'm going to catch up while you're doing that. I'm going to catch up on the comments. A Rolex AD quoting you a 10-year wait is their polite way of saying go away. And Lance says, if you want an affordable entry-level Swiss-made watch, check out Victorinox, Swiss Army, or Hamilton. The quality is excellent with those brands. There you go. Maybe you've got something you can sell them, Lance. Here's an opportunity. Sell them a watch. And Tim says, hello, Mr. President. And Lance said, I'd say Hamilton over Victorinox. Okay. And I didn't know Trump had an accent. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so, okay, Steve's calling. Let's merge him in.
Who's calling?
I'm going to merge him in. Let's see if this works. I'm trying to merge the Stevester in. I clicked on it. Let's see here. Okay, we got you in. You're in with Carlos. Steve?
Hello, Steve. How are you?
Steve, can you hear me?
I cannot hear.
I can't hear. We can't hear Steve. We can see you, but we can't hear you, Steve. Can you hear me? Put your thumbs up if you can hear me. All right. So now you've got to work it so that we can hear you. Because as of now, we can't hear you yet. So work on that while we get Carlos sorted out. And I'll let you know if I ever hear you. Okay, so Carlos, work on your box.
I have a box,
Mm-hmm.
something that I saw and I wasn't able to let it pass.
Mm-hmm.
It's something.
You hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes.
All right,
Yes,
sorry,
Steve.
Carl. Go ahead.
Hello, Steve.
Okay, can you see
Hi, how are you?
Can you see Carlos's unboxing?
I
Steve?
can just see the top of his head.
Okay, well, he's working on it. Okay.
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 All right, so you see the box?
Okay. Let's go. Yeah.
We
Let's open.
we can
with
see the
my
box.
I see that big knife.
Yeah, we can see the box.
Knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to open it.
Now be sure you tilt it towards the camera so we can see it as you open it. Yeah, we're going to have to see it.
Vamos a ver cómo podemos
Yeah,
hacerlo.
oh, there, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Just don't show us your address. We can't read it. It's
Let's open it.
not big enough. And Peter says, Carlos, you're a freak. How does the sapphire look? It's semi-domed, beautiful timepiece, just peeking out of the cuff. Wow. Oh, are you talking about the 002 that I have on wrist or something that Carlos has on wrist? I'm not sure which one he's talking about there. But okay, keep going, Carlos. Here's the reveal. Here's the reveal.
There is something here.
Okay, something in the box.
A ver, déjame ponerlo abajo un poco. Let me put it down.
Carlos has something in a box. Somebody's in the chat saying, "Is it a Grand Seiko?" No, I don't think it's a Grand Seiko. It looks like it's It looks like it's
Let's see what it is.
It looks like it's something. It's something, either an article of clothing or some kind of an animal. I can't tell what it is.
Yeah.
Is it an animal?
It's a kind of animal.
Oh, okay, pull it on out.
Oh, it's a bear.
Oh, it looks like it's some kind of a big bear. Yeah, it's got a tie on it. It looks.
Yeah, we have to open it.
Is it the Is it Smokey the Bear? What is it?
Yeah, you're going to see.
Okay.
What is this open?
Yes, Peter C. Yes, that's the 002.
It's a very interesting product that I wasn't able to let it pass.
Oh, it's a trumpy. A trumpy bear.
It's a trumpy bear.
Oh boy, look at that. A trumpy bear. All right, it's got French cuffs on it. Yeah, it says trumpy bear on the tag.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the trumpy bear. And trumpy bear is a very interesting product. I assume that it's made in China because I saw that they were looking for manufacturers in US.
Wuhan.
And can you see, he has a surprise. He has a secret packet here that you can open it.
Okay.
You can open it.
This is live on the show, folks.
Inside this secret packet, there is
Look at
There
this.
is the U.S. flag.
Okay, now
There
is that
is a
like a cape?
blanket.
It's like a does,
No,
does
well,
that
more like a. Now it's a stitch, but it's supposed to be a kind of blanket or
okay, yeah, or
something.
like a cape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he can fly
Yeah,
probably. Since he's Trump, he can probably fly. Yeah.
yeah,
I like that.
yeah,
Very so see
yeah,
live on the show. This
yeah,
is what you get. You never know what you
yeah.
get live
A
here.
trumpy bear.
Yay.
And Jipu says always full of surprises on these shows. Well, there you go. That's what live TV's all about.
Yeah.
All right. Well. Now, speaking of surprises, Steve, do you have any surprises for us?
Let's see. Let me work up one here.
And what
And
I'm going to do, Carlos, I'm gonna let you go, and then that way we
Okay.
can put Steve full screen. But we might want to have you call back
Okay.
in. So
Okay. Thank you.
stand
Bye
by in the
bye.
chat. Yes,
Bye bye. Bye bye.
bye,
Make you
Trumpy.
look great again.
the Trumpy bear. All right, that's what you get. All right, live television, 36 live viewers right now, and they're coming in. All right, and let's see what the Stevester has cooked up for us. There's always something. By the way, I heard that Triforce Rich has an 007 on the way.
He does.
That's
He's
the
a
rumor.
nice guy. We got along well.
Now, did you size it for 7.25 inches?
It's on its way here. I'll probably get it tomorrow. Then it will
Okay.
go up. I can do that, Rich. I'm a
Because
7.25.
he's not sure of the size, but at least that way you might get lucky.
Well, it's up to him.
Yeah, ask him. Yeah, because
He may not want.
we were just talking about it in the chat. So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
Triforce, let us
he'll
know
let
in
me know.
let us know in the chat if you want him to size that to 7.25, and then we'll know. And here's somebody still asking you to pull out that Patek unique Patek piece. He doesn't.
I've got something else unique.
He only shows that to extreme VIPs, and I see that you don't even have a wrench. Jipu, you don't even have a wrench yet. So, yeah.
Jeep doesn't have a wrench. Uh-oh.
Let's see. Craig, I found his measurements. Okay, Triforce Rich found his measurements at 7 inches. 7 inches.
Okay.
His dad's measurement. So.
Yeah, we can give it a shot. It's not always the
Carlos,
first
you know,
time.
you're still on the Skype.
Are you still?
You're still on the Skype.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Oh,
So
very nice.
are you going to show a watch, Steve, or something?
Yeah, I'm just going to show. I lined up a couple of other snowflake dial pieces.
Carlos, can you hang up your Skype just so that we can make his full screen so they can see these pieces?
Yes. Yes.
And
I only want to say goodbye.
okay.
Just 1 second.
Okay. Take your time.
Now he has a watch. Now
And
Trumpy has a watch.
Oh, look at that.
Oh boy.
He's got a gold it looks like a Patek. A gold Patek.
It doesn't fit under cuff.
Yeah, you're going to have to trade that in for a Grand Seiko, I think. He wants to step up. He wants to step up to a Grand Seiko, the Trumpy bear. All right, look at that. Look at that.
Okay.
He's upscale for sure. And Triforce Rich says, thanks, David. It's for my dad, not me. Haha. So I still have 0 GSs wearing the tried and true Milgauss right now.
Okay.
Well, yeah, the Milgauss can.
Okay.
All righty.
Okay, hang up.
We will talk later. Thank you, Carlos, for the live update.
Bye.
Let's see. Oh my God, Carlos Trumpy Bear, how long did you wait? I ordered mine 3 weeks ago. He'll have to let you know in the chat now. Craig, you should be able to go full screen with Steve and Carlos online. I just don't know how to do that on Skype, how to manipulate that, but we'll have to figure that out. So we've got 3 stunners on the screen right now. Steve, are you still there?
I'm here. You hear me?
Yes. So in the middle, you've got another 002, it looks like.
That's right.
that's not
And I have
running. You should turn that crown a couple times so we can see that beautiful sweep. But anyway.
well, this is a photograph. I had this set up
Oh,
yesterday. I was going to
okay.
join you, and yeah,
Okay.
so I took a picture of my setup. These are in a safe right now.
Okay.
So, yeah, everything's locked up.
Yeah.
But I have another little tidbit.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me, whoop. And so this went out the door today. And
Oh, whoa. Okay. A little
so
Credor. Now that
you
was
all know what this is.
that was platinum, right?
It's platinum. It's the HE2.
Okay.
And that is going to be the last one sold by a U.S. retailer.
Well, there you go.
I think I told you the story. They're going to make them boutique only, but of course the boutiques are all closed.
Well, a lot of
So-
these high-end Grand Seiko products, including the 002, seem to be pretty scarce. I mean, you don't see them bumping around all the time, do you?
No, the HE2 here, they make 20 a year at most.
Yeah.
And this is the one with the hand-painted dial. So those markers and Credor are done by hand.
Wow. Wow. And so
Isn't that amazing?
that shipped out today?
Yes, sir. Just came in. And let me show you the, hang on.
What's the size of the Credor, Lance is asking?
I think it's 39 or thereabouts.
It's probably
but don't
about the
quote me.
same as my 002, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And Blue asked, what's the retail on that piece?
the retail is 54,000.
Okay.
And let me show you the case back. And
Stunner
the,
alert, folks.
the anglage on this is just perfect. And this is all done with handmade wooden tools, the burnishing of those angles. And incredible.
You guys are looking at something that will make just about any other dress watch look like a store-bought dime store watch compared to this thing. I mean, this thing, the detailing and the time they take and the overall quality is just right at the top, right the top of the top. Talk about superlative. This really is superlative. And there you go. You're looking at a nice detail shot there. If you want perfection, you got to step up. Now, do they make this model in yellow gold?
I think there is a yellow gold version, but don't quote me.
Okay.
Do not quote
I'll tell you
me.
what, I still would rather have the 002. I hate to say it, but I'd rather have the 002. I like the case design on the 002. I like everything about it. Now, is this one also spring drive?
Yes.
Okay.
So you see the
I see
power reserve?
I see the power reserve indicator. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, it only
So
has 2 segments. Is it only a 48-hour reserve? Is it only 2 days? Because mine has 3 segments. Because
I
mine's
can't tell you
72.
the exact power reserve. That's
Yeah,
not
because
in
mine's 72 hours.
Yeah.
That one might only be 48. That'd be
Yeah.
interesting to know. Interesting.
I will do the research.
And let's see
So-
here. Credor is simply at its finest. There you go. The Credor up there with Patek. Oh, whoa, way over Patek. It's not even a close call, Eduardo. I mean, it's not even, Patek's not even in the ballpark of this Credor. So that's how that works.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's Triforce Rich. Yeah, it's in a whole class all of its own, really. Eduardo
So
says never
that's
heard of
pretty much
them,
it.
and yeah, a lot of people haven't heard of them because they are a rare bird, and they've generally been sold in the Japanese market. I think for many years. I don't think it's been something that has been outside of there except for recently. So you're a little bit out of focus, Steve, just to say.
I am.
So let's see. Triforce Rich, Steve, quick question for you. Curious, what are the best-selling GS movements? I assume Spring Drive, 9F, High Beat, but I could be wrong. And Brianna says, Happy Tuesday to everybody. Happy Tuesday to Brianna.
Happy Tuesday.
BriefitDance.com. Find out where you can, how you can support her. So what are the most popular?
Spring Drive, no question.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
9F might be number 2. I got to look at my numbers.
It's a comer, right? A 9F.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of,
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Anything else to show us?
Not too much. I think we've had a
When
busy day here getting the Credor out the door and a few others, and
when are you
dealing with Triforce.
When are you doing another show? They've been chomping at the bit for another show.
Oh, they need a break. So what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Probably Thursday.
Hey, in lockdown, the days don't matter.
Right.
The days don't matter. One day's the same as another.
Yeah, we've been pretty busy, though, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, when you're in lockdown. So Grand Seiko is Seiko's luxury watch brand. Credor is Seiko's artistic luxury watch band, while Grand Seiko is a conservatively styled. Credor was created to push the bounds of design. There you go, Leon in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And Stig says, you too, Lady Brianna. And then, Steve, do you carry Breguet? Lance is asking.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Probably can get, however.
Probably can get, absolutely.
Sure, definitely.
All right. Well, so
Right,
we can't
that's it.
we can't pin you down on a show?
I said probably Thursday.
Okay.
Linda and I are here. Our staff is at home selling and doing everything. We're fulfilling orders.
By the way, I
and,
saw Chris's video, folks. You want to check out his video on the Little Treasury channel. He did a video about the new Bond watch, the James Bond watch.
Oh, how'd you like that, Craig?
And I liked it. He's got it. You got to get audio for him. You got to get him a mic, a lav mic. That room audio is for the birds.
Yep.
So get him a mic. And for gosh sakes, just because he's locked down, did he have a fight with his razor? My gosh, he's always been clean shaven and well dressed and all, and now
they're all doing this.
Now he's got that scruffy hipster look going. But I guess the hipsters love that. So what the heck?
Well,
we can't. These youngsters, you can't. They love that hipster thing going on. So
yeah. But do take a look, folks.
But definitely get him some kind of a lav mic to pin on him.
Okay, let me throw one other thing at you guys. This isn't your normal thing. Hang on. And
okay.
Oh, you see this?
I saw that, and then I saw the animal.
Oh, let's forget that.
Okay.
So this is a sterling silver bracelet that is engraved with 9-1 greater than 19.
Okay.
And it is this is Psalm 19, no harm shall overcome you.
Okay.
And we are selling these for $91.
Uh-huh.
And they're a nice gift for during these hard times, and we're donating 100% of the proceeds to the local food bank.
Oh,
So
cool. Now, how do they put that on? Does that slip over the thin part of your wrist? Is that what that opening is? How does that?
Yeah, it's a woman size thing. So
just about any lady could wear that.
Generally, I think we can also get them in a smaller and larger size.
Okay.
But reach out to us if you think you want to do it. It's for a good cause. Food banks are really looking for support right now, and something we're doing.
There's a little something you can get for the lady. Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what. We talked about this earlier today. Food shortages, folks, they're upon us. They're not coming. They're on us
Mm.
because I went to Costco today and they are rationing certain items, and I've never seen that before. And some items were just very low stock. So watch out. If you're not stocked up with food, I would do it like ASAP. I've been stocking up the last month or so. You know, since this thing first got announced, I've been kind of stocking up. And yeah, it could be a dicey situation getting food here moving forward. So folks, anything that doesn't go bad, go ahead and just stock up. Yeah, no harm, no foul, right? If there aren't any shortages, you just got a little extra food laying around. If there are shortages, you'll be happy that you stocked up. So there you go.
Okay.
All right, what else? Anything else before we let you go?
No, that's it. I'm going to go
Stevester,
home and
littletreasury.com. The link is in the description. It's in the description on all these videos. Littletreasury.com. Hook up.
okay, thanks
Hook
all.
up. Carry on. Thanks. Thanks
Yep,
for
take
popping
care.
in.
Yep.
That is the Stevester. That's how it is. Just like that, you can call in. You can call in to the show just like that. And that was that picture of the stunner on wrist here. The stunner, the 002 stunner. Let's see a little exposure there on the stunner. We'll shoot the cuff with the stunner there. So that's how that works. Oh boy, 2 big call-ins. Let's see. I didn't think I'd ever heard rationing and Costco in the same sentence before. Eduardo, yep, it's happening. Steve has a different perspective on the coronavirus. After living through World War II, Korea, and the Cold War, I think we'll get over this virus. Triforce Rich. Yeah, well, the whole thing, in my opinion, was totally mishandled, but I'm not surprised that the government would totally mishandle something. But that's for another show. Don't get me started on all of that. All right, let's do, Lance, can you Skype in? And do you have your watches handy? First of all, I want you to have your watches handy. And if you can Skype in, let us know in the chat if you can Skype in with your watches handy, because I want to do an evaluation. I want to do an evaluation and see which watches or watch you should keep. See if we can whittle down that collection to one stunner. See if we can do that. But let's see if he can call in. I don't know if he can call in or not. I'm kind of putting the Lancer on the spot here and see if he can do that. Let's see what else. Let's do a quick time check. There's the 231 stunner. And by the way, the white balance is just not correct on this camera with this lighting. That gold where it says GS, that straight up looks like gold in real life, and it looks kind of brownish in this shot. And no matter what I do with the white balance, it just never looks right for some reason on the live stream here. So just know that I can Skype in. Okay, good. Go ahead and get the watches handy and then Skype in. So, yeah, I mean, you really have to see these watches in person. They do not, the live stream and even still photos and videos, produced videos, nothing makes them, nothing shows what they really look like in real life. These things do not do them justice. Tim McDonald, we can get Prospect LX, just found out today. Okay, there you go. Little treasury with a little bit of information for Tim. Let's see what else. I think that's it. Hopefully the Lancer will call in. And while we're waiting for that, here's an entry-level Grand Seiko that we looked at the other day, and we'll close that tab out. And there is the limited edition piece that is the steel version, in effect, of the watch that I'm wearing, the 002, and that was a limited edition that is pretty much sold out everywhere. And then here are the stunners. Here are the 60th anniversary stunners, including the 007 that Triforce Rich locked and loaded on. That is a super cool piece. That is going to be super cool. He is going to love that piece. The Triforce Rich, his dad, is going to love that piece. So there you go. See what else we've got going on. We'll leave that tab in action. And here's a limited edition piece that we looked at the other day. We'll close that tab out. We don't really need that. And let's check out what's on this tab. Oh, that's Brianna, the lovely Bree-Fit Dance, BreeFitDance.com. We'll leave that in a tab just in case we need to show her website. And let's see what this is. Oh, this is an 005. This is an 005 stunner. This was a limited edition to 1,500 pieces. A trim dress watch. I'm going to close that one for now. And then there's the lovely Brianna again. And then let's see. Here's a 015. Let's see what this is. Oh, yeah. This is again, limited edition. And this is one of those 60th anniversary pieces. So I don't need that tab because I've got the other tab open. So we're just clearing some tabs while we're waiting for Lance to call in. And there's another look at that stunning 60th anniversary piece. Look at that case. Look at that dial. Absolutely stunning. And let's see what else we got here. Here's another one showing the 007. Okay, so we don't need that one. We got a lot of redundancy going on there. And then what do we got here? Another one showing the 007? What are we, crazy? What's going on here? There's so many tabs showing the 007. Now here's an 006. Let's take a look at this one. Whoa! This was a gold stunner that was suggested as a... just curious if you would ever go on Archie again, blue. No, I don't think so. I don't think there's any real reason to do that. I'm going to close out this tab because I've already bought the 002, and I wouldn't have bought the 006 anyway. I much prefer the 002. And there's the Patek 5196J that we've talked about. No, I don't think there's anything to be gained by going on Archie's show because it's just, you know, there's just some really questionable people that hang out and that with that group. And I don't think there's anything really to be gained by all of that. Let's see. Your watch is a lot nicer than that 006 Triforce Rich. I really think that they nailed it with this watch. I don't know. I don't know what I would change. I mean, it is just, I mean, you tell me. I mean, look at that view of it. I mean, what the heck would you change? Let's go to some photos here while we're waiting for the Lancer to gather up his collection. Actually, when it's just you and Archie, he acts classier than I've ever seen him. Okay, Carlos is calling in. Here we go. Let's pick this up.
Let's go to
Carlos is calling in. Here we go. Let me
Craig,
make you
again.
full screen. Wow.
I
Oh, look, he's
wanted
got
to say hello
Trumpy
to
bear.
to
Let me
Booster.
get my headset on. Let me get my headset on. Okay. So while we're waiting for Lance to come in, we got the Trumpy bear. We got the Trumpy bear. Oh, look, he's got the blue eyes and everything. Look at the and look at the Patek. The Patek is looking good. You should take a picture of that and put it in the forums. Put it in the forums.
Yeah, I just did it.
You took a picture with the Patek?
Yes.
And you put it on the watch forums?
I put it on the Patek owner. So
We'll put it in Horology Talk too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Lance is calling. So I don't have the merge option, but I'm going to answer his call. I think it's going to drop Carlos, unfortunately. So see, some reason I get the merge. Hello. Sometimes I get the merge option, and sometimes I don't. Okay, so make sure you stop the live stream, Lance. Stop the live stream. Stop the live stream from playing, so we don't get feedback. Okay. So stop that on your computer or wherever you're watching it, and just watch the Skype.
I X'd out of the live stream.
Okay. All right, good. So now we're not going to get the feedback. I'm hearing
Okay.
feedback, though. I'm hearing my voice feeding back. Where's that coming from? Testing, 1, 2. You got it playing somewhere? I'm
You know
hearing
what? I'll
feedback.
try to wait. You know what? I'll try to call you back and see
Okay.
if that
Okay.
makes a difference.
All right. Call back. Okay, we'll see what happens here. Okay. We need an intervention with Craig. Switch the screen. Well, I will once we get it sorted out. I'll switch it. But we're trying to sort this thing out here. Okay. See what happens here. All right, let me make you full screen. Okay. For some reason, I'm still hearing my voice. Do you have earbuds you can use or something? So you can hear me
I'll
through
go
that?
grab them.
Yeah. And that way we won't get the feedback. So we'll sort out this audio thing, and I will show you his screen, and we will take a look at these timepieces. Carlos, would you like a Scott Morrison bear from Down Under? There you go. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. I'm still hearing audio. Testing
Okay.
1, 2.
Is that good?
Okay. All right. We are good. We are fixed. Okay. So let's take watch number 1.
Okay. So I'll show you the one that I'm wearing right now. So this is my Breitling Super Ocean.
Okay. Hold that steady there. Put your hand flat behind it. Yeah, like flat, like that.
Oh. Wait, like
just
this?
to give a backdrop. Yeah, that's good. Okay, hold that still. Okay. The only thing I'm not enamored with on that watch is the bracelet. I'm not super excited about that bracelet, just the look of it.
I mean, the bracelet is, I'm not a huge fan of the polished bracelets,
Yeah.
but I do like how this one is like half polished and then half brushed.
And there seems like a lot of space between those links and the 3 links. I don't know. There's just something about the look. Okay, put that in. Put that in the B pile. No, don't put it back on your wrist. Put that in the B pile. Make a B pile there.
Okay.
Now show me the next watch.
Seiko SKX.
Okay.
009.
All right, and it just has like a Jubilee. Now, is that a Super
regular
Jubilee, or is that the Jubilee that came with it?
This is the standard Jubilee, like the one that it came with.
All right. I'm going to ask you to put that in the A pile. I like those watches. I want to ask you to put that in the A pile.
Next up, I have a Seiko 5 automatic.
Okay, and hold that one in front of the camera a little more. Okay, good. And let me see that bracelet a little more.
I'll take it off the pillow.
Okay, and I like the bracelet. And does it have solid end links?
No, it does not.
Does not?
It's
Okay.
hollow end links.
Okay. But let me see the dial again. Yeah, put your hand flat behind it.
And I'll open up the bracelet.
Go ahead and put that in the A pile.
Okay. Next up, I have a Victorinox. This is the infantry mechanical.
Okay, just because I don't want you wearing something on a strap as an all-arounder, so I'm going to say put that in the B pile.
Okay. Next up, I have...
Put it in the B pile. B pile. I lost your audio. I lost your audio.
Oh, okay.
And now it's back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, put that in. Yeah, that is a no-fly zone. Put that in the B file. That one's got to go.
Why?
Because it's an ugly watch. Okay, that bezel's ugly. The steel and gold, we don't want to go there. Yeah,
okay.
Especially nothing plated. We don't go there. That's a no-fly zone.
Okay, next up I have my
Okay.
Hovado in 18 karat
Okay.
solid gold.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put that in the A pile.
Sure.
I've seen that before. Put that in the A pile, even though it's got a strap. We're going to put that in the A pile.
Okay, and then I've got my second tag. This is a tag Aqua Racer. Here, wait, I'll
Yeah, now
start.
does that have solid end links?
Yes.
Okay. Put that in the A pile. Okay. What else?
And then lastly, I have a Hamilton khaki.
Okay, put that in the B pile.
Okay.
Okay, now the B pile watches, they're gone. Okay, put them out of the way. They're out of the running. Now
Yep.
let's go through the A pile again.
Okay, so the A ones
show me the first one, that first A pile one. Okay, put that
Seiko.
Put that in the B pile now, the new B pile.
Wait, so the A are the ones I'm keeping?
Yeah. Well, we don't know yet. This is round 2. These are semifinalists that we're going through right now. Okay.
Seiko 5.
Seiko 5. Put that in the B pile.
Victorinox. Oh,
B.
so it starts working.
That should be in the B pile anyway. Yeah, that should have been in the B pile already. So put that in the B
well,
pile.
I mean, I think that this watch could be worn as like a
put it in the B pile.
Everyday watch.
Yeah. Put that in the B pile.
Oh, okay. And then
this is not a debate, Lance. This is not a debate.
No, I know it's not a debate.
Wait, that one's already in the B pile. You keep grabbing B pile watches here. They're already in the B pile. Put it in the B pile.
Oh, I thought that you wanted me to.
No, we're going through the A. We're going through the A.
Oh, the A pile. Okay.
Yes, the B pile's gone. They're gone. Okay, the A pile. Keep that in the A pile. The Movado. Keep that in the A pile. Yes.
And
What's
that was
next?
it for the A pile.
Okay,
Because the Hamilton
okay.
we said was
okay.
a B pile.
Okay, so that's it. So the rest of them, show us those 2 watches that are in the A pile now. The gold stunner and the sport watch. Show us those 2. That's it. That's all you need. You've got that stunner that's got a nice crown guards on it. It's got solid end links. It's a good-looking dive watch. That can be an all-arounder. And then you've got the stunning dress watch. The rest need to go. There's no justification for keeping those other watches.
Well, I do have a lot of like sentimental value.
There's no. Because you got to step up. You're a young man. You're going to have to step up to a stunner. Yeah. Right now you've got 2 beauties, and those 2 that we just, whittled your collection down to. Those 2 are stunners that anybody your age would be proud to wear. Anybody any age would be proud to wear. And now what we want to do is want to consolidate. We want to get as much money as you can get. You don't have to fire sale those watches. You have to sell them when you can get a decent offer. Get in the forums and see if you can find somebody that will give you a decent offer for them, and where you're not paying a bunch of fees to eBay and all that kind of nonsense. And so take your time, but liquidate those. Put that money in a pile. Keep adding to that. And get yourself a Rolex or an Omega or a Grand Seiko.
Well, I used to have an Omega, and I didn't really.
Well, what I'm saying is go upscale. You got to go upscale at this point.
I would probably want to go something even higher than Omega.
So
like
Grand
Seiko,
Grand Seiko or Rolex, something like that.
Yeah, no. I don't know if I would start off with Grand Seiko. Probably Rolex.
Well, whatever. But I'm just saying that's where you need to be headed. And that's it. I mean, you got to rip the Band-Aid off, and we got to fix this problem, and we're going to fix it. And BUServe says Craig is right. And Triforce says he's laughing his ass off. Lance getting roasted. No, he's not. Craig is beating him down like a grumpy grandpa. No. We're helping him here. This is good, Lance. Craig is right. You are wrong, says Blue. Dump the you-know-whaters. Basically, keep the tag, Aqua Racer, and the Breitling. Throw the rest of them in the garbage. Nope, Lance. Welcome to the real world. Lance, I'll give you $1 plus shipping for the SKX. Intervention, Lance, is tough.
Those SKX are going up in prices.
Take that watch. Wait. What is that watch doing on your wrist? That's a B watch. That's got to go. Put on the watch. put on the watch that we picked as a finalist. Put on the
This
A
is
watch.
the most recent watch I got, was the Breitling.
Yeah, but that one's going to go. Put on the A watch. Okay? Put on the A watch.
I'll put on the Movado.
Well,
like
no,
this
put
one
on
a
the
lot.
other one, the all-arounder. No, put on the other one, the steel one. That's the all-arounder. You're not wearing a suit right now. Put that one on.
Okay.
Okay.
It's on.
All right. Let me see. Let me see what it looks like on your wrist. My gosh, man, that looks fine. That looks fine.
Yeah.
Get the money out of the others. Get the money. That's real money you've got sitting there. That's doing no good for you whatsoever because it's not getting you close to your goal of getting the stunner that you really want. They're keeping you away from the goal of your stunner.
I really want the Rolex Datejust 36.
Okay.
That's probably like my dream watch.
Yeah,
but
but
Datejust 36.
Those watches are getting in the way. They're in between you and that 36. If you sell them and get some money and start piling that money up, you can turn that into a 36. If they just keep sitting around, you're never going to get to the 36. And there's no reason once you get the 36, there's certainly no reason for you to have any of those others sitting around. Get rid of them and don't buy any more of these marginal watches. There's no reason to. You've got two beauties there that you can wear, and those finalists got two beauties. So we're going with the tag. He's going with these two watches for now. This is a temporary situation. He's going to liquidate the others and get as much money out of them as he can, and he's going to start piling up money, and then he's going to get the watch that he really wants. The Breitling needs to stay. That's the best watch in his collection, says Durr. Not if he wants something else. He doesn't want to be stuck at that level. He wants a Rolex. So he needs to get that money out so that he can put it into a Rolex eventually. This isn't a keep everything situation. There's no reason to keep everything. Let's see. This is a great live stream, folks, says Blue. So, Craig, what do you think about Lance wanting Rolex over at GS? A 36 Datejust is a great move. I've always said good things about a 36 Datejust. I personally, if I were him, I would go for the Grand Seiko, but I have no problem with a Rolex.
Well, the only Grand Seiko I really like is probably, there's only two actually. I really like the Snowflake, and I really like the reissue of the original Grand Seiko, and those are like the only ones I really like. I'd say so, but I mean, I think Grand Seiko is an amazing brand. I think the quality is superb for what you're getting. I mean, for the price. I mean, Grand Seiko start at around 2,000, right?
Yeah, for the 9F ones, yeah.
Yeah, and like those ones, I mean, the quality is amazing. I personally would prefer a Rolex over a Grand Seiko. I mean, like, I would rather have a Grand Seiko. I mean, I would rather have a Datejust over like a Snowflake or something like that. But
now keep in mind though, here's the other issue: is if you buy a used Datejust that's got some years on it and so forth.
I found a used Datejust actually.
You might
locally.
Yeah, but here's the issue. I mean, you don't know really how waterproof that watch is going to be. You don't know unless it was serviced by Rolex and you've got all the paperwork. You really don't know the condition of it.
Well, the watch was serviced by a Rolex certified dealer.
Okay, so that's not the same as Rolex. Okay, so
I know it's not the same, but Rolex is very expensive to service.
Okay, but my point, but my point is there are a lot of unknowns there. Okay, is all I'm saying. So you're not comparing apples to apples. You're comparing a watch with a lot of unknowns to a watch that you buy brand new in the Grand Seiko. That everything is known. You know it's in perfect condition because you just bought it new, right? So just keep that in mind, that you are taking some risk buying an older Rolex.
Well, most of my watches I bought used, like the Breitling and the Aqua Racer I bought new, but the 1500, that one I bought used. The Breitling I bought used.
Okay, so fella says, Craig, this guy's like 20. He should be spending $5 to $10K on Amazon or good stocks, not some watch. Come on, fella. Hey, all I'm talking about is the watch versus. I'm not giving him investment advice. Obviously, I don't know his financial situation, and I don't know all of that. I'm just giving him some advice on what he should do with regard to a watch. Obviously, he's going to buy a watch, so I would like him to be armed with the best possible advice as possible so that, that goes as smoothly as possible. But fella is correct. I've always advised that people be in good, solid, sound financial condition before they buy luxury items. But a lot of people buy luxury items anyway. So I'd still like to give them the right advice to do that properly. Lance, you can donate the watches and use it as a tax write-off, says Triforce. Yeah, if he can get $1,000 out of that Breitling, that's a good chunk towards the Datejust. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've seen these Breitlings. I paid $1,400 for the Breitling,
Yep.
and but I've seen these go, and well, I bought it like on the gray market, like on eBay, and it wasn't serviced. When I got it, I had to pay $500 to get it serviced, and yeah, but so. And I looked up online. I know Torno.
But see, that's
on
the
their
thing,
used
Lance.
website
Back up.
had some for like
Yeah,
$25.
okay, so back up a second here. So you see what you've already done? How much money do you have in that watch?
In that Breitling,
Yeah.
1,900.
Okay. You see what I'm talking about? That's almost the price of a Datejust. You can get a decent used Datejust 36 for around $2,500 all day long.
The dealer that's in my town, that they have a Datejust that I really like, and they wanted. I think they were asking 3,200.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 in that range, you can get some nice ones. Okay, maybe a little more. But you see what I'm saying? You've shot yourself in the foot already. Yeah. You've already got a lot of the Datejust money tied up in a watch that is going to be very hard to sell. They're very hard to sell. So get out of those watches, but get out of them decently. Don't take a big loss. Try to get as much as you can out of them, and measure 7 times and cut once when you make your next purchase. Don't just willy-nilly make the purchase. Measure 7 times and cut once. Okay. Okay. So that's our intervention for the Lancer. Everybody, give a round of applause for the Lancer. There we go. They're all clapping. All right. Keep us posted, and we'll let you go because my ears are getting sore. But keep us posted. But that's my advice. You don't have to follow it, but that's my advice, and it is sound advice.
Yeah, no. I'm probably gonna go with your advice about just really think about a purchase before I go through with it, and yeah, and just like I mean, I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna really sell these watches. I mean, I might sell maybe one of the tags. And maybe the Breitling, but I mean,
like I said, you don't have to listen to my advice. It's sound advice, and it's getting you on the right track. But you don't have to listen to it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling in. There goes the Lancer on the phone live on the channel, and we gave him some sage advice. He is likely not going to follow it, but that's how it works. Okay. Let's see. If he can get, okay, we already read that. Datejust 36, a good Juris white dial, good all-arounder, absolutely. Maybe Lance can trade his SKX for Lamont's dad's Date 8. Lance, what size is your wrist? Somebody might want to donate a watch to you. They're both made in Malaysia. Lance, maybe you should buy the other 002 Steve has. Do you know where the title to your parents' house is? I'm sure a deal can be arranged. He might have money, You never know. Lance might be sitting on a boatload of money. He might have bought Bitcoin back in 2010. Jaden's in the house. Lance may be an Oyster Perpetual 36 Explorer dial. There you go. Craig, give Lance a beater. Jaden, I agree. For his age, an OP is going to look a lot better. He's 15, not 20. Okay, GPO says he's 15, not 20. Buy new under 5K. Lance, may I suggest a Tudor? Oh my gosh. Can you imagine if he bought a Tudor? That would be sad. Somebody was asking about a Tudor in one of the forums. I said I'd pass. And they said, have you had a bad experience? He said, why do you say you'd pass? Have you had a bad experience with Tudor? I felt like saying, no, I wasn't stupid enough to buy one in the first place. Can you imagine somebody buying a Tudor? Give me a break. Okay, let me finish off, and then we're going to wrap this puppy up. Get a cheap Datejust and take it in to Kenny Nugent at Jewelers on Time. You'll get back in like new condition. Buserve. If you buy a used Datejust with years on it, I'd say to have another $1,000 to service and replace parts, Eduardo. J. King aside, that's why I say if he bought a Grand Seiko with a 9F movement, he'd have no worries, right? I mean, it's going to run for years and years and years. Just switch the battery every 3 years. He's not going to have to worry about any servicing or anything, you know. So there's that. Aside, a Tudor Black Bay 58 would be an excellent watch for him, but on this channel, that's taboo. Lance strikes me as an Aquaterra kind of guy. Okay, an OP is good for my age, and I'm 37. OP all day long, absolutely. Lance, I bought my Datejust for $1,800 plus service and parts, Eduardo. So $2K for that Breitling, not good. Should have just sent the Breitling back. Wow, that's a lot of paper routes and mowing lawns for $1,900. Lance is getting taken advantage of. Craig, give him your direct line. Stop him from being taken advantage of. I tried. This was an intervention. I tried. I gave him sage advice. He can choose not to follow it, but that's how that works. Jaden's in the house, 116000. Briefit Dance is in the house. And I've given Brianna sage advice too, and she can choose whether or not to follow it or not. It's her choice, right? When I try to help these young folks out and give them advice, it's up to them as to whether or not they follow the advice or not. Might be a case where making mistakes is the only cure for inexperience. Lewis in the house. Craig is right, as almost ever, Carlos says. Almost ever. I think our WAG says I'm 99.96% correct, which is pretty much always. I mean, that's within the margin of error. Thanks for calling in, Lance, says Kyle. And Kyle is going to be giving us a report sometime in the near future from Beverly Hills, a live report from Beverly Hills. What do you think about that? Lance, the ladies at your age don't know what a Breitling is. Save and get the Rolex. Yeah. If only Craig or Carlos were his father, he'd have 3 Rolexes and a Grand Seiko by now. No, I wouldn't think it would be a good idea to spoil somebody like that. I think that they need to work hard and earn the things that they have. I think that builds character, and if you're just given things, it's a recipe for disaster. Look at all the people that are on the government dole and just being given things, and that has not worked out very well for them. Let's see. Horace says, need to have my Rolex serviced. A lot of people say don't go to Rolex. There is better. Any thoughts? I like using Rolex myself, but I haven't done it for years, many years, so I'm not sure how good they are nowadays. I can imagine a toddler Lance buying Bitcoin back in the day. Yeah. Lance, email CliveWatchWrangler@gmail for advice. There you go. Buserve, I doubt it. When he graduated from college, probably. Jewelers on Time. Okay. He wouldn't have wasted money on that, at least. You should do a show on servicing. We'd love to hear about people's experiences, etc. Yeah, the best thing to do is only have a watch serviced when it absolutely needs it, and then I think try to have it done right. And I have had a couple of watches serviced by Rolex many, many years ago, and they did a fantastic job. So that's all I can speak to. First-hand experiences. 2 different watches I had serviced, one of which had water damage that I knew when I bought it. Right, I got a good buy on it, and they did a fantastic job. And then the other one was just running real slow, and it was an old used watch that I'd bought too, that I knew was not in the greatest shape. And I had both of those serviced up at Rolex in New York, and they did a fantastic job. So that's all I can speak to right now. But then I've heard other people said they've had bad experiences with Rolex service. So, go figure. Craig, would you exile Lance if he were to buy a Tudor? No, absolutely not. People make big mistakes all the time, and I'm not going to, my gosh. If I got rid of everybody that made mistakes, we wouldn't have anybody on the channel at all, including myself. I make plenty of mistakes. Oyster Petrol 36 white or silver dial would be perfect for Lance. Let Craig, got any advice on getting Lance laid once he is of age? I would say be very careful, because my advice always is, if you sleep with somebody, remember, you're sleeping with everybody they've slept with. So, God knows what diseases all those people might have had and so on and so forth and all that sort of thing. So that's a situation where you really should measure 7 times and cut once. Be careful out there, folks. A lot of issues out there. Cheetown, California, the problem with following rodents is they gnaw away at your wallet by pushing cheap, unsellable watches on you. Beverly Hills, that's where I want to be. Yeah. The price for the Breitling is not that bad of a price. $1,500 to $2,200 is the going rate for them. Well, hopefully he can get out of that and get that kind of money out of it, and then gets rid of some of those others. And a few dollars here, $50 here, $100 there, it all starts adding up to all of a sudden he's got Datejust money. So I didn't mean you would give to him, but he would have gotten guidance before making those blunders. Okay. Take the bike and go. Craig, you're right. Ever since I bought my Datejust, I haven't worn my Citizens, and actually thinking of giving one to a close friend of mine, Eduardo. Yeah, I hear you. She really liked that watch, and I give it to her when she graduated from college. Good move. All right, let's see what time it is. And my watch is still running. I'm waiting for it to stop so that I can film it on startup. When you wind the spring drive, it goes real fast initially, and then the regulator kicks in, and then it gets to the normal pace. So I'm going to let this run down until it stops, and then I'm going to do the startup video. Here's the stunner close up. And you see these grinders on some of the forums. Oh, that's just a Seiko, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, it's quite a Seiko. It's quite a Seiko. Lance says, Craig, if I do buy a Datejust, should I get the fluted or engine turn bezel? I like both, Lance. I like both. I don't like the smooth bezel because it shows every scratch. I would try my best to get one with a Jubilee. In either a Jubilee with the engine turned, or even the chronograph, the turnograph bezel. Those are cool. Those are super cool. So if you get one with the turnograph bezel, you wouldn't break my heart. But get it with the Jubilee and engine turned, or a fluted bezel, or the turnograph. Any of those would work. Via service in the house. And Eduardo says fluted, very classy. Absolutely. If you can swing the fluted with the Jubilee, that's a permanent watch for you. That's a permanent watch for you. That's a good move. It's going to cost more money, though. So keep that in mind. My friend bought a bunch of mid-tier watches, and then he bought his Sea Dweller. He hasn't taken the Sea Dweller off ever since. That's the way to do it. Quite a Grand Seiko, says Beerserb. The smooth bezel Datejust looks too much like the Rolex Date 1500, not like a Datejust. Lance in the house. There you go. But I'll tell you, if you look here, this puppy here has a smooth bezel, and it's absolutely stunning. But that's a horse of a different color. That's a horse of a different color, literally. If you want a smooth bezel Datejust, then might as well get the Superior Milgauss. No, the Milgauss is too thick. No, that would not be a good move. Don't get the Milgauss, it's too thick. Truffers are just get an Oyster Perpetual. Exactly, the Oyster Perpetual will be the way to go. if he wants a smooth bezel. Absolutely, I agree with that. Lance in the house, keep in mind, even if it takes 5 years, you will be way ahead if you save and stick to your goal and no more pooper watches. Good advice. All right, folks. Thanks again for tuning in. Oops, I hit the wrong button. It's been real. It has been absolutely real. And we're going to wrap this puppy up. Click subscribe and click the little notification bell so that you get a notification. And email me if you want to Skype into the show. Thanks for watching, everybody.